आपने ही चेंज कराया मुझे, कान खोल के सुन लो, सत्य सुन लो, आपने ही चेंज कराया। जिस अब मेरा मुंह मत खुलवाना।
You were very close to the siblings, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. But what happened?
And you have a leader who is not only inspiring but is very committed to the cause of public service, committed to the cause of the idea of India. It's not the issue of a relationship souring. It's the issue of an institution losing its moorings. That just shows you the bankruptcy of that government. That let alone the fact that they could not hold on to their MLAs, they could not even hold on to their cabinet ministers. Because there were many promises that were made that were being defied every single day that this government was in government in Madhya Pradesh. I thank the party for the opportunities and the time that I got to serve through the party. I also thanked from the bottom of my heart all the people that I served with. But it was time for me to move on.
But you didn't take the plunge on your own. You took people with you. You broke the party. You broke the government. Operation Kamal was put into effect.
I don't think there was any Operation Kamal or there was any operation at all.
A new government came into power. No?
Sure, but at that point of time when I decided that it's no longer going to work the way it is, again, people who are not necessarily only politically tied with me, but there was an emotional bond, decided that they will also walk with me. And mind you, and I'd like to make this very, very clear in this conversation with you, you have seen many cases in the history of politics of India where Smita Prakash ji has gone from X to Y and Jyotiraditya Scindia has gone from Y to Z. But there are very few cases where this has happened within 15 months of a government being formed. It's generally always the case that people move 4 months before an election or 6 months before an election. 15 months after a government has been formed, and that too after 15 years. And those who left with me, 25 of them, 6 of them were cabinet ministers in that government. And that just shows you the bankruptcy of that government. That let alone the fact that they could not hold on to their MLAs, they could not even hold on to their cabinet ministers. Which also shows the persecution that probably went on within that government. Versus not only the public at large, because there were many promises that were made that were being defied every single day that this government was in government in Madhya Pradesh, but also people were being persecuted. And therefore, at some point of time, people also decided to call it quits. And all of them, mind you, went back to the people. So the old system where I would move from X to Y and nothing would happen to me doesn't stand good anymore.
Because they had
I have to go back to the arena of the people and get elected again. And out of we had 29 by-elections, of which 28 seats were with the Congress. So 28 seats lay with the Congress party. The Congress party could retain only 9 of those seats.
Of the people who could just walk in and chat with the Gandhi family, your name comes up right up there. You were very close to the siblings, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. But what happened? Where did the relationship sour? Personal and political.
It's not the issue of a relationship souring. It's the issue of an institution losing its moorings. Every institution, like every individual, has to have certain mission, values, principles, and goals. Every political party in India, I believe, certainly has its own. But when an institution starts losing its way, when an institution loses track with the reality of India, when an institution no longer is able to mold itself. So you have a group of vision, values, and models, but then that constantly has to be molded along with what is happening in the environment. When that happens, then the process of decay sets in. On the other hand, you have a leader who is not only inspiring, but is very committed to the cause of public service, committed to the cause of the idea of India, is unflinching in his resolve to cleanse the system, is very focused on delivery and execution, changing the perception of India within India itself and externally. And therefore, there's a great attraction and a magnetism that Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his persona exudes. And then when you have this wide chasm between, on the one hand, an institution that's unfortunately going into decay and is not willing to turn around, and on the other hand, you have an enigmatic personality, then of course one is attracted towards that if your cause is public service.